Hello, you're watching TVP World Talks. I'm Jonasz Rewiński. Slovakia enters another period of turbulent political debate, with the government seeking to disband an institution for whistleblower protection. But apart from the ongoing tension over contested government policies, there is also the broader debate on regional security. How are current developments on Ukraine and America's national security strategy perceived in Bratislava? Joining us now is Martin Sklenár, former Slovakian defense minister. Hello and welcome to TVP World.
Hello to you too. Happy to be on the show.
So first of all, let's begin with this new legislation. Now, President Pellegrini has decided to veto this, but does it actually end the matter? And why is this particular piece of legislation so controversial in Slovakia?
Well, the simple answer is no, it doesn't. The story continues, and actually, as we speak, the parliament is getting ready to vote to overturn the president's veto on this piece of legislation. I mean, the story is very political. Of course, this is an office that was basically doing whatever it was created to do. Funnily enough, by the initiative to create such an office came from one of the previous governments under Smer and Mr. Fico's leadership, and now after it has come close to protecting the whistleblowers, connecting to some of the coalition government main representatives. Then there was a political decision to replace this office with a different one, basically doing the same kind of having the same kind of responsibilities, but adding a little bit, which was a vehicle to get rid of the current office, alleging political influence and all kinds of political reasons to do this. And the quick veto from the president is not surprising, and he has been actually quite strong in his response, saying that the government can actually find better ways or can find ways how to deal with this current situation without violating legislative principles that Slovakia has, without violating rule of law principles in general, and without endangering interests of Slovakia in the European Union, which is a strong statement by the president towards the government. It has led to a strong exchange of statements, also coming from the prime minister, and a very, very quick turnaround in the national parliament, and it's going to be overruled, and the office will be disbanded and replaced by another one, replacing first and foremost the leadership of the office, which was the main objective of this whole situation in the first place.
So very quickly, what you're saying is that the government does enjoy sufficient majority to overturn the veto.
It seems to be the case, unless individual members of parliament have or feel enough confidence to vote against the coalition proposal between yesterday evening and this morning, which is not really enough time to mount any kind of force in the parliament to stop this. So it looks like the quick proceedings add to keeping the unity in parliament and just not give anybody any possibility to break the 76, which is the majority in the parliament that they need.
What is the public perception of this and other recent controversies? A while ago, there were protests on the streets involving, oddly enough, slogans painted on the pavement with chalk, leading some to even call it like the chalk wave. Now, did this actually amount to anything when it comes to the perception of the government itself? Did it actually cause the approval ratings to change, for example?
Yes, the approval ratings or the polls in general of political parties, in those we see that the support for the Smer party and the coalition in general is steadily declining. It's not at a point where it would be too serious. But two out of the three coalition parties are now doing really not good in the polls. This is the Hlas party and the Slovak National Party. the Slovak National Party has even fallen under the 5% threshold, which is required to get into parliament. And the numbers for the main party, the Smer of Mr. Fico, are also steadily declining. So there is a crisis. The November chalk wave, or even the protests happening in November, where the civic manifestation of that. I mean, of course, there's still big support for Mr. Fico in the population, but the population is very polarized and divided. And in November, we used to celebrate the 17th of November as a national holiday to remember the fight against fight for democracy in relation to the Velvet Revolution in Czechoslovakia. But the government decided to downgrade that holiday to a working day, which was also another addition to the discontent. And there were, many more manifestations of the discontent, or of the tension that is there. Mr. Fico speaking at an event in one of Slovakia's cities towards students, where they didn't really like what he was saying about Ukraine and the peace settlement. And so they basically stood up and left, and he didn't really manage well the situation, and was sending them, I mean, if you want to go to fight in Ukraine, if you want this, which only added to the kind of feeling that this is a government that is really under big tension and is struggling to keep together a composed picture of the coalition and certainly of some of its main representatives.
Speaking of Ukraine, Robert Fico said once again that he is not going to back any European policies aimed at supporting the Ukrainian military. Now, what does this mean for the general situation here? Because we also have signals from Washington that Trump's approach to Europe might be very different than that of previous US presidents. In fact, he might be championing countries of Central and Eastern Europe, but also he might be trying to use them to undermine the unity of the European Union. Is Robert Fico trying to take advantage of that? Is he trying to present himself as a useful ally in this regard?
He certainly is. It's not really clear how successful he will be in this. He has already tried several times to get a meeting with Donald Trump, which would certainly symbol the relationship that at least Mr. Fico feels that there is a close relationship between Donald Trump and Eastern Europe, and represented by representatives like Prime Minister Orban and him, and not only the personal relationship, but it seems that also there is a strong connection or developing connection between the MAGA movement and some of the political parties also here in Slovakia. So there certainly is interest from the Slovak side, or from the side of the Prime Minister Fico, but we haven't seen any big statements or expressions about the new national security strategy that the U.S. has brought out, which very much reflects this kind of approach, trying to put pressure on the European Union and highlight some of the rhetoric that we have heard from Vice President J.D. Vance in Munich earlier this year. So there certainly is a position that Robert Fico feels he can play in this U.S. endeavor towards Europe, but so far we don't see any tangible steps or results out of that.
Could it be because he is not an obvious ideological ally? After all, he is more on the left side of the spectrum, whereas obviously the MAGA movement is on the opposite side.
Well, yes, that's. I mean, from a distance, that could be the conclusion. But what we see most recently in recent years, the Smer party, given the political situation, the realities in Slovakia, has very much moved towards more towards the right in in the attempt to lure in more voters from the far right. Even the rhetoric of Mr. Fico becoming more towards orientated towards the far right or right in general. So the Smer political party is called the Slovak Social Democratic Party, but the content seems more drifted towards the right on the political spectrum. So in that sense, it would be possible that MAGA actually feels that Smer can be a valuable addition.
Martin Sklenár was our guest today here on TVP World. Thank you very much for joining us and for sharing your insight.
Thank you.
And I'm Jonasz Rewiński. You're watching TVP World. Please stay with us for more latest news, updates and commentary.